So let's face it, we all have seen many cool e-bikes, but I think you've never seen something quite like the Moydar A9. This is a foldable e-bike that only weighs 66 pounds, but it came designed to carry two people at the same time. Keep in mind that it has a maximum weight capacity of 330 pounds, but it is foldable, it's super light, and it can carry two people. Now also this one comes with a very big 48 volts 20 amp hour battery. So for a bike this size, that's actually a huge. I've seen full-size bikes with a 15 amp hour battery that was able to do up to 30 miles. This one can do 31 miles if you do full electric mode, and if you do the pedal assist, you can do up to 50 miles. It charges in about 3.5 hours. It comes with disc brakes on the front and the rear. Also has lights on the front and the rear as well. It comes with a LED screen. Now I'm not sure if this one is unlockable, because if it is, that will be mind-blowing. I know that it comes with a little key switch so you can turn it on and off. The tire size are 14 inches, okay, which is super cool. And like I said, the weight on this one is about 66 pounds or 32.8 kilograms. And yeah, this thing comes in different colors: white, yellow, sky blue, orange, pink, and purple as well. So yes, I'm looking at the pictures, guys, and this thing is just crazy looking. Inside of the box, everything came well protected. It comes in a very tiny box that you will never suspect this is actually an e-bike inside of the box. And there's a few things you had to put together, of course. On this one, I believe you even had to put together the front brake, the front tire. You had to assemble some of the components on the steering bar, including the handlebar. You had to put the seat, the pegs for the rear passenger, the pedals, and just a few things. Nothing too crazy, but let me tell you, it is amazing. And pretty soon I'm going to show you all the features that are here on the handlebar. And voila, we have a fully assembled e-bike in just minutes. The only part that was a little bit tricky was the rear side here. You got one little screw on the right side underneath. You had to remove it, and then the seat slides towards the back, and that's how you get this backrest installed on there. It comes with foot pegs. The tires already came inflated, which is a plus. Also, the battery is removable. This e-bike also comes with a triple suspension system. You get one in the middle, one in the front, and the rear as well. You get the lights for the rear. It comes with turn signals. So over here in the handlebar, you get the phone holder, turn signals. This is what they look like for the rear. And also it has them on the front as well, including here the brake levers. This thing has 3 different speed modes, 1, 2, and 3. You get a horn. That's our light once again, and the little switch. Now this e-bike only comes set to go up to 20 miles an hour because this display is not adjustable. Let me know what you guys think. Well, here we are in a rainy day at the park trying to review the Moydar. This is the A9, and let me tell you something, guys. Sometimes simple things are the ones that really fulfill you. And this is exactly just that. This is an e-bike that folds. It's super easy to transport. In this case, luckily I have a pickup truck. But for those of you who have a sedan or a small vehicle, well, this is something that you can carry pretty much anywhere. So it folds from here to here, and that's maybe a little over, maybe like 2.5 feet in terms of length once it's folded. And of course you can also fold the steering bar here by the middle, and this thing becomes quite small. So you are also able to carry a passenger on the rear side. So right now we have this thing on the highest speed, but of course you can change that. And this is a very simple system in terms of the display. You can't change the settings on here. So first I'm going to show you how fast it goes, and right there you guys will see it momentarily. And so we're just going to ride around, and on speed number 1 we can do up to, check that out, let's see, not now, we can do 11 miles. Okay, let's try speed number 2. Speed number 2 would take you up to about like 15, 16 miles approximately. Okay, there we go. You're doing 14, 15, steadily doing 16 now. And then of course the last speed, that's gonna take you all the way to the 20 miles an hour, which is super cool for a bike that only costs $500. Alrighty guys, so we had to stop there momentarily. The rain here is kind of crazy, but this is also a great opportunity for us to test and see how it does under rainy conditions. Now keep in mind, this doesn't mean that you guys should get this e-bike or any e-scooter, e-bike wet on purpose. This is in case like an event like this, I am accidentally getting wet. Well, at least we know that it can sustain some splashes and a little bit of water. I know I have reviewed many cool e-bikes, a lot more expensive, way more expensive, but this thing is so practical, guys, that I'm starting to actually love it. Instead of just liking it like I have with other e-bikes, this thing is very, very impressive in many different aspects, okay? I was, of course, able to carry a passenger. In this case, my wife and I, we were both playing around. And I did it off camera, of course, because of any failures. We didn't want to be recorded. At least she didn't want to be recorded. I can care less. But we went on a little ride with this e-bike, and you guys won't believe that we were able to ride around without any issues. It was still able to do up to 18 miles an hour, and I'm a heavy set guy. I am in my like 215s, 216s, and she is on her like 160, 165 approximately. So we're not the lightest people out there, and this thing was able to withhold both of us at the same time. Now, something weird that happened is that when we first tried it, I never checked the tire pressure, and the rear tire simply just lost all air. And as of right now, I can't tell if these are tubeless tires or if they have a tube on the inside, but I was able to re-inflate it to the proper air level, which is up to 45 psi. I did like 43, 42 psi, I think, and it hasn't happened again. But yeah, that was quite impressive to know that you can carry somebody with all that weight, and you can be heavy as well and still be able to ride this little e-bike. So again, that's just very impressive, and it's all thanks to that 48 volts, 20 amp hour battery, and we also have a 500 watt motor with a peak of 750 watts. Now, it is limited, of course, to the 20 miles an hour. So right here, what we're doing is we are going uphill right now. This is like a 15-degree incline, and we are actually gaining speed. I am on my highest speed level, and we're doing this at 11 miles an hour, but this is just me alone. I'm pretty sure that it might struggle with a second person on the rear. And yeah, we are able to still climb it. I am not pedaling, I am not cheating, I promise you guys. I mean, you can't see it, but, or maybe you can, but yes, we're not pedaling, we're just leaving the bike do its thing. And we did decrease 2 miles an hour. This is the steepest side right here, and voila, you were able to climb it at 8 miles an hour, which is really, really cool, guys. So right here we are picking up speed again, and there it is. Okay, so yeah, this is really, really cool for a bike of this magnitude. Now, something I wouldn't dare to do, at least today, and knowing that one tire already deflated on me, is do off-road. Okay, you need to understand that this e-bike at this price point has limitations. Yes, it has limitations, and as a result, I wouldn't use this for off-roading. I mean, if accidentally you get into soft gravel, or not soft gravel, it could be hard gravel. Actually, it should be hard gravel, otherwise you're gonna get stuck with these thin tires. But yeah, if you get on gravel a little bit, you might get away with it, but just keep in mind that this is more like a city bike and not a off-road bike, guys. Okay, we need to understand that there's different classifications for e-bike, and this one definitely falls into being a pavement or a city bike, okay? As long as you have hard surfaces like this one, you should be okay, all right? And try to avoid hard potholes, just so that you don't damage something on here, okay? The suspension is there, but it's not very smushy, it's not very bouncy, it's kind of like on the stiff side. So, you know, if you hit something hard, you're gonna pop a tire for sure, especially if you have weight, you know, on yourself, like me, 216 pounds. If I hit a pothole and it's big enough, I will damage one of the tires. Of course, pretty soon here, we're gonna do a stopping power test. We're gonna use a stopping point to measure, but these brakes are okay. I mean, they are mechanical. We're gonna use this point right here, okay? And so yes, they do the job quite well. They do squeal a little bit, indicating that we have maybe cheaper pads on here. And like I said, at this price point, I am quite happy with it. Another cool aspect about this e-bike is the battery, guys. I'm talking about, like, this thing is seriously amazing when it comes to battery. If you need, for any reason, to travel more than 30 miles, between 28, 30 miles, using only the electric throttle here, just giving it throttle and not pedaling, you can do it with this e-bike, which is insane, okay? It has a 20 amp hour battery, and as I said at the unboxing portion and the assembly portion of the video, this battery, I've seen bigger bikes, okay, but even stronger motors with a smaller battery, like a 15 amp hours, some of them even 13 amp hours, and they had 750 watt motors rated up to, like, with a max of 1000 watts. And this thing will last a long time, okay? I can almost promise you, you guys won't be disappointed on the battery side. The other day, you guys won't believe that I did 7 miles, between 7 and 8 miles approximately, on one trip, and the battery didn't even flinch. Like, the indicator was saying that my battery was 100%. The bike kept going at the same speeds. Everything was excellent, and that's all thanks to that huge battery that we have on the back for a bike, you know, this size. It's actually amazing. The handlebar positioning is comfortable once you get used to this system or this design. I wish that maybe the steering bar could extend a little bit higher, maybe like 2 to 3 inches higher. That would have made it absolutely perfect. But right now, I feel like the handlebar, I'm going to try to describe this the best way possible, but right now I feel like this part is like almost on my belly side, even though it is not, it has sufficient space, but I just wish that it was just a tad taller. That way I could see the handlebar, and when you see the handlebar a little bit better, that gives you a sense of security and a sense of stability. Okay, now when you don't see it much because it's all the way down here, this is not long enough, okay, then you start feeling like it's just a tad bit short. But like I said, once you get used to the bike and you ride it a couple of times, you will actually forget about that. But it is something that I think you know, you guys should know as a consumer looking at this review. It is important, and yeah, that's my only complaint when it comes to comfort. The seat is very, very comfortable. Okay, I have no complaints. It's actually very different to e-bikes or standard e-bikes. This is more like a moped style seat. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's very wide and it has a lot of cushion. And of course, you can fold it as well, as you can see. So this seat is very, very comfortable, and it has a long pipe on it so that you can increase the height. I believe the maximum height for this bike is 6'2", and the minimum I think is 5'5", I think, or maybe even less. I don't know, but I think that's what it is. And so yeah, I am 5'10", with shoes, of course, about 5'9" if I take off my shoes. I think that matters to say. But yeah, I mean, the seat, super comfy, no issues whatsoever. What we will do is just a little bit of gravel to give you a sense of you know, how it feels. So right now I'm feeling okay. There's no, you know, indication that I'm in danger or anything like that. But as soon as you start hitting bigger bumps, you will definitely notice that it's just a little bit too harsh on the bike, okay? So yeah, I am doing this just for the sake of the video, guys, but this could and will potentially eventually damage your bike, okay? There's a lot of components on here. Okay, so now we're doing a little bit of grass. There's a lot of components on here that can get ruined. These sensors on the pedals are responsive. It doesn't delay much before you start getting that pull from the bike. Right now you can see I am not hitting the throttle, and we are actually increasing speed here, as you can see. Okay, it doesn't have cruise control, by the way, but right now we're doing, according to my phone's GPS, we did about 20 miles. The fastest that I've seen this e-bike go is 22 miles, but I was doing a slight decline on it, and so that has been the max speed on it. Something really cool about this bike as well is that it has a little beeper in which you can lock the bike, and even if you have the key, it won't turn on. So this is the lock position, that's the unlock, and I think you can make it go crazy. Actually, you cannot. You can only lock it and unlock it. So if you lock it, like I said, even if you use the key, it will not work. Something really cool, again, for this price point. So you can see how this e-bike is just becoming a true sensation, at least for me, based on the price and everything that you can do with it. With this being said, guys, I think we have covered pretty much everything about this Moydar A9 e-bike. The battery is amazing, the motor is super great, the power is there, and the usability is just really something that has no limits. With this e-bike, we can do a little bit of everything. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, comment, and share, and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos like this.